world, it's your girl Belinda, holding it down for the 4th annual David Clowney Foundation Celebrity Basketball Game. It's all taking place in his hometown, Delray Beach, at Atlantic Community High School. He's got together some of his buddies from around the league, and they're going to show their skills on the court tonight. So don't you go anywhere, because your girl has got your access. Behind the scene interviews, we all up in the building. You know what it is. Conceptual Ideas PR, holding it down. What's up, it's your girl Belinda, holding it down for the 4th annual David Clowney Foundation Celebrity Basketball Game. I am here with extraordinaire comedian Benji Brown. What it do, Benji?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. Why would I? I'm at the David Clowney weekend, annual celebrity charity weekend.
So why was it important for you to come down, host the event, and show love to the community?
It's important, because it's our way of giving back, not just to fans of football, but to all the kids, the community. Come back and give out, whatever we can. Dedicate our time to the kids and, however we can.
Absolutely. Now tell us, where can we find you? What you got going on? What's your latest project that you're working on right now? We know we can hear you on the radio. You're doing your thing. You keep us cracking up, laughing. Look, Kiki, and all that you do, keeping it real. What you working on now? And tell us how we can keep in touch with you.
Well, aside from the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, they're bringing back In Living Color, Reloaded. So you'll find me on there, Fox Network, 2013. I got a couple of projects with my DVD. I'm doing a lot of things with that. My YouTube channel, you can follow, youtube.com/Benji Brown Show. And also on Twitter, you can follow me at Benji Brown 1.
Now, you continue to reinvent yourself in this industry, this comedy industry, with so many people trying to break through. I had an opportunity to work with a client, and I sent him to the Bay Area Black Comedy Festival. So, what inspires you to come up with your material, to keep it fresh, to keep us just laughing through all these hard times?
Well, first of all, you did a good job. The Bay Area Black Comedy Competition is a great springboard. I think, a way of continuing to reinvent myself is to keep abreast of what's going on. Actually, it's, not necessarily following the trends, but paying attention to the trends. And I do a lot of reading and a lot of living, and I do a lot of observing. As a comedian, you got to observe. And I take that, package it, and try to, put it into a way that anybody can relate to.
Absolutely. How important is comedy right now in our lives with so much going on? Job loss. People losing their homes. How important is what you do right now for the American people?
I think it's very important. Like you said earlier, the economy is bad. A lot of people are unemployed and they don't know how they're going to get by. But I think this is where, as myself, comedians come in, our way of adding relief. Although it may be temporary, it gives us an opportunity for the people who are going through to get an opportunity to just kind of relieve, take their minds away from what's going on in the world and venture into ours and kind of relieve their stress.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now you heard it from the man himself, Mr. Benji Brown, holding it down for the 4th annual David Clowney Foundation Celebrity Weekend. Now Now, this is your 4th annual event. How excited are you about this?
Man, I'm real hype, man. You know, everything's been going on. Everything this weekend's been going great. We had a celebrity bowling event last night that started off with my boy Abe Elam.
Exactly.
We had the football camp this morning. We actually ordered 200 shirts for the kids and ended up running out of shirts.
Wow.
So we had a unlimited amount of fun, you know, out there. You know, had the music playing at the camp. All the kids had a great time. I got a chance to talk to them and, you know, just stress the fact that, you know, don't just rely on sports. You know, education is the key. You
Absolutely.
know, so far everything's been awesome.
Now, I have to ask you, there are so many nonprofit organizations. You have Big Brothers, Big Sisters. You have the YMCA, Boys and Girls Club. What was the motivation behind the David Clowney Foundation?
Basically myself. You know, I was a great athlete. At the same time, I had good grades. You know, graduated with a 3.2 GPA. But at the same time, if I wouldn't have got a full football scholarship to Virginia Tech, my mom wouldn't have had enough money to send me to a community college. So I took that into consideration when I started my nonprofit organization, the David Clowney Foundation. That it's a lot of kids out here that want to extend their education, that want to go to college but can't afford it. So in that mindset, I just wanted to do everything I could to provide grants, scholarships, help with tuition, books, whatever it may be. If it's $100 for a book or $1,000 or $5,000, whatever it is, I was able to do to help them further their education.
So, what's the mission behind the name?
What's the David Clowney Foundation?
Yes.
A better world for our youth. Point blank period. A better world for our youth.
So, tell me, why give back?
I mean, it's home. You know, this is where I'm from. This is where I grew up at. You know, if you're not gonna love it, who is? So I feel like, you know, it's my job to give back to my community, to help the kids that grew up in the rough neighborhoods that I grew up in, to make sure that they understand that being in the game or selling drugs is not the only way to make money. And you can exceed in other ways, not just sports either.
Absolutely. Now, tell me, this is your 4th annual event. What can the fans and the community look forward to at these events?
Having a blast at each and every one of them. From the bowling event to the celebrity basketball game with Benji Brown on the mic acting a fool, to the camps, to the comedy shows. It's all going to be awesome, and everybody's going to have a great time and have fun.
Now, I'd like to switch gears on a more serious note. Now, where were you, and what were the first thoughts that went through your mind when you got the news about Junior Seau's untimely death?
Oh man, I was a bit distraught. You know, to NFL great, NFL legend, future Hall of Famer. You know, it was that's something you expect, especially from a guy like Junior Seau. From the stories you hear, how great of a guy he was in the locker room. You know, his leadership role that he took on from being a rookie to playing 16, 17 years in the NFL. So, but he is one of the good ones gone. And, you know, you just have to be smart about some of the things we do in life and just keep kicking.
Now, they say that his death is linked to chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE as it's called, from repeated head trauma. Now, you being a wide receiver, being drafted, picked up by my favorite team, I have to add, Green Bay Packers in 2007. What was your mindset going into the game, and what is your mindset now, considering that the research that was found back in 2002 by Omalu, he studied the brain of Mike Webster and saw the correlation between excessive hits and concussions and the damage that it does to the brain. And then there were other research studies, and then Junior Seau being linked to this. What was your mindset as a rookie going in, and now fast forward?
Honestly, I have the same mindset. You know, from Little League to high school to college to the NFL. Coaches always told you when you're young, you got to have fun. You know, it's not a job if you're having fun, no matter what you're doing, playing sports, in a business. If you love doing it, you know, it's not working. So, and that's my mindset. I go into every game knowing that I'm going to have fun. Every ball that comes my way, I'm going to have a good time, making somebody miss, scoring a touchdown, being able to laugh about it. You know, no matter if it's a good outcome or a bad outcome, I'm going to have a good time at the end of the day. And I still try to continue that. You know, me playing offense, I know I'm going to get tackled and I'm going to get hit. Me personally, I've never dealt with a concussion before, and, you know, knock on wood, I pray to God that, you know, I never have to experience that. But, you know, I'm pretty sure the NFL is going to do everything that they need to do to make sure that we're better protected head-wise, you know, to make sure that we're not getting constant concussions throughout the NFL.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the pressure that's put on a player from the coaches to the team to the fans. They expect you guys to play, to be tough. That's what we think about when we think about the NFL. You guys play through concussions. You're tough. And also the pressure that's put on yourselves. What do you think the attitudes going into this season and the discovery of these things being linked? Because at one point in time, the NFL dismissed the claims, but since they have said that there is a link between, you know, the trauma and the CTE. So do you think that you'll take it a little bit easier? How do you think the fans and the coaches and your teammates will react now?
I really can't speak for everybody else. You know, when it comes down to it, I can only speak for myself. And I mean, again, like I said, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to go into each game studying every day before Sunday rolls around, and I'm going to go in attacking and making the biggest hits I can make and the biggest plays I can make. You know, if I go around worried about the way I'm going to get hit, you know, I'm going to be nervous, and you know, I'm not going to want to cross the middle certain times. I might get alligator. I can't think about all that. I got to go out and play my game, because if I go out there and think too much and thinking about what the possibility is that could happen, you know, we don't have any job security in NFL, so it'll be somebody else that's in there having a good time, having my mindset. Well, I'm worried about something, they're not, and that's the end of my job.
Absolutely. Now, here we are on the verge of a new season, new team, fresh start, so to speak, for you. Buffalo Bills, congratulations. Now, you got picked up in 2007 by the Green Bay Packers. As I said before, that's my favorite team. Yes, since high school, okay, Brett Favre. Then you went to the Jets. Now, I looked on your website and you mentioned how you were a little bit nervous because you expected to be picked up quickly, but that didn't happen. And you were a little hurt for playing 3 years with the Jets. They picked you back up on the team, then they dropped you again. So tell me, what encouragement can you give our youth and just anyone in general who might be striving to become the next wide receiver or NBA superstar or doctor or whatever their dream might be?
God has a plan for everything. You know, when I got released by the New York Jets, I was into my third year, you know, actually 3.5 years, you know, being with the New York Jets. And that's how I took it. You know, God has a plan. This is not where He wants me to be at this time, and it's on to a new program. So luckily, I was, you know, picked up by the Carolina Panthers and started a few games out there. Made a name for myself out in Carolina. And now that that's over, you know, signed a new contract with the Buffalo Bills, and I have to take off from here.
Absolutely. Now, I have to ask you, how hard for a player is the adjustment from team to team, you know, learning the plays? How do you mentally prepare for that?
I mean, it's what we do, you know, I mean, learning your plays. You know, some things are a lot easier than others. You know, you might have a task when it comes down to math. Math might be just easy to you, and you know, numbers, calculation could be just, you know, top of your brain. When it's the football, you know, reading plays, it could be a paragraph long, and we know once we hear it's time to take off and it's time to go, and we know what we got to do.
Now, I know there has to be a team that you're seeking revenge on this season. Who would that team be?
I won't say seeking revenge, but I'm looking forward to playing the Jets, you know, a couple times this year.
Okay, that's what's up. I can imagine. So, a couple more questions. Now, what is the most exciting part about your role as a wide receiver?
My speed, you know, being able to run downfield and outrun any guy that's covering me. I've been able to make a name for myself doing that in New York, and I'm going to make a name for myself in Buffalo as well.
Okay, is there any favorite pregame meal?
Nah, man, I just go in there, whatever we got, get whatever's at the team hotel and take off from there.
Post-game tradition?
Just thanking God for getting me off the field safe and unharmed.
Okay. Is there any touchdown dance we can look forward to this year?
Just go on YouTube and then type in David Clowney. You'll see a few touchdown dances on there.
Okay, now I have one more question. I know that Nike designed the new uniforms for you guys. Have you got a chance to try them out, and what do you think about them?
We had the practice uniforms at Nike, and they actually feel a lot more comfortable. We haven't tried the game uniforms yet, but it'll be here sooner than you think. So I have an opportunity to be on the field in the Nike uniform.
That's what's up. All right, you've heard it live from Mr. David Clowney himself. Hey, enjoy the evening. Good luck on tonight's game, and have a healthy and wonderful season this year with the Buffalo Bills. I'm sure they're going to love you out there. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. And you've heard it live from your girl Belinda. Conceptual Ideas, PR Solutions, speaking with Mr. David Clowney in the locker room. They're getting ready for the celebrity basketball game. It is going to be bananas. He has gotten together some of his buddies from around the league to support a worthy cause, the David Clowney Foundation. As you heard him speak about the festivities taking place yesterday with the Bowl-a-thon, the NBA versus NFL, his homie Abe Elam just signing with the Kansas City Chiefs. These guys are doing big things for their community. They know the importance of coming back and giving back, and that speaks profoundly. So here it is, your girl Belinda holding it down. Conceptual Ideas, PR, we're on the scene.